You know, every year I have to hear this stupid shit at least once a year in a primetime game, whether it be a Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night, whatever. Oh, it's the Bears and the Packers. It's the oldest and greatest rivalry. It's not a fucking rivalry. Prove me wrong tonight and show me it's a fucking rivalry. Otherwise, I'm going to be going to bed early. You know, I'm kind of glad this is the Sunday night game because, like I said, there's a strong chance I'll get to go to bed early when the Packers are shitting all over the Bears like they do every fucking year. But, oh, it's such a rivalry. The oldest rivalry. This shit ain't been a rivalry in 30 goddamn years. Rivalry my ass. Prove me wrong, Chicago. Prove me wrong. I took the Packers, but my parlay's dead anyway, so. What are you going to do? Bengals offensive line cost me a parlay. Fucking Colts can't beat the Jags. Rivalry my ass. Prove me wrong. I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I love being proven wrong. I think it's hilarious that the Jets won today. I picked against them. Got to hear that shit every... Yeah, I've got Madden. What's up, guys? I can see your comments now. Rivalry. Yeah, you can. You've been able to write the story of the NFL for over the last 20 years without this rivalry because it's been totally irrelevant. The Bears, even when they're decent, are horrendously boring to watch. So thankfully, the Packers offense is coming on the field first before I get sleepy. How do I feel about Miami? I like Miami. I picked Miami to win today. I just didn't think they'd win like that. I've got Miami making the playoffs, but they will not win their division. And they're going to get a reality check next week against Buffalo. But for the time being, let's watch the oldest rivalry in the NFL and pretend to be interested. I'm talking all this shit. So I want to talk about the GTA 6 leak. Maybe another day. One of 3 for Aaron Jones. Michael just sent me money on Cash App. $10. Thank you, sir. I don't deserve it. Think of all the money I could have made this weekend. Brandon Jones, Christopher Bell, that fucking parlay. That I'll blame the Browns for ruining more than anyone else. Sarando was right, guys. GTA 6. Low block on the Bears. First down, Packers. The 3-yard run becomes an 18-yard play. Drake London balled out today. Good for him, I guess. I didn't care. I didn't watch.
Too great a rule if you're a defensive back and you have a huge offensive lineman coming down at you. That's what they do. They go cut
the end of that Raiders game. I hated I cut the stream off because homeboy almost Deshaun Jackson the ball at the goal line on that game-winning touchdown. Almost. People need to learn to hang on to the fucking ball until you're in the end zone. Aaron Jones again. Gain of 4.
Not good. 11 of those 22 completions to the wide receivers. So much of the focus with Devontae Adams now.
Yeah, that's why the Packers are running the ball.
It was his worst game since the opener a year ago against New Orleans. We'll see if he and Matt LaFleur bounce back.
Yeah, how did that go? Threw 2 interceptions that game, 2 the rest of the year, and won the MVP.
Officially a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
First pass attempt of the night, and it's caught to the Bears 39. Old Sammy Watkins. Yeah, I saw the Panthers have 2 fumbles in the first 5 minutes. Old Baker Mayfield was below 50% completions and below 150 yards passing. Going to be another great year in Carolina, obviously. You get outdone by Daniel Jones, you got issues.
But usually this Bears defense plays with 2 deep safeties. They'll allow you to run the football. They don't.
Why does Rodgers love Randall Cobb so much? He's so fucking washed up. I like A.J. Dillon. I like these running backs. Where were you guys all day when I was talking to myself for 6 hours? I streamed all day. We saw some crazy shit today. We did Steelers, Patriots, Panthers, Giants, the fourth quarter of the Dolphins and the Ravens, the last minute and overtime of Cardinals and Raiders, and we did the Cowboys and the Bengals game, so we had a crazy day. Nobody home. 3rd and 7.
From one of those rookie DB starters, we mentioned Jaquan Brisker out of Penn State.
I dislike the Bears because I get tired of having to fucking watch them every year in primetime games. They're the worst team that gets primetime games every year. Them and the Cowboys. At least the Cowboys are usually almost irrelevant because they play in a bad division. But why do I have to watch the Bears 3 or 4 times a year on Mondays nights and Sunday nights? They always suck and they're always boring. That's why I resent the Bears. I fucking hate watching them. Give the Vikings or somebody else from the North. Give the Lions those games. Give them a chance. The Lions are fun to watch. What a throw. The Bears are just shit. They're so fucking boring and lame. And Justin Fields sucks. Also don't like Justin Fields because I had to hear Falcons fans, we should have drafted Justin Fields. The Falcons should have drafted Justin Fields. Justin Fields sucks. Justin Fields sucks. Davis Mills is better. We should have drafted Davis Mills. That's who we should have drafted. Sometimes these games are a slog and they seem closer than they are, but it's always just the Bears getting suffocated. Sometimes the Bears defense will play well enough to make it seem like it might be a game.
So they're going on first down, single high, man to man. They've got no problem. They figured out.
It doesn't matter who the Falcons get. They're going to suck as long as Arthur Smith's the head coach. He's not very good. Team's not very good, but he ain't very good either. Doesn't know how to use Kyle Pitts or get the most out of Marcus Mariota. Damn. There you go. There's that Bears defense stepping. Don't get a taunting penalty. I was waiting for the taunting penalty to come in.
So many times the center has to really try and work hard.
They got the Packers on a 3rd and long. Here's their chance.
You're going to see Blackson just jump right around Josh Myers in the back door and make the play.
Damn.
They're playing both these running backs at the same time right now. A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones quite a bit. Using Aaron Jones flanked out as a receiver.
Did you see Jalen Waddle's numbers as well? Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill each had 11 catches. 3rd and 10, and I think it's a false start. Oh, timeout. Never mind. Do whatever you want with your timeouts. The Bears suck. You're going to win anyway. Thought they were going to commercial, so I muted it. Guess they're not.
2 young receivers who are expected to be contributors. Maybe just not ready. We saw that the very first play of the game against Minnesota last week.
But I'll say this. If the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl this year, that's always the goal anytime you have Aaron Rodgers. Those 2 guys have to develop during the course of the year. Romeo Doubs is a tremendous athlete. Has the ability to go up and contested catches, make plays, very quick off the line of scrimmage. And Christian Watson has remarkable speed. Blew right by Minnesota first play, dropped the pass. But if those 2 guys can develop and then the other guys can be sort of the complementary part, the veterans, they don't have to get behind the defense and stretch the defense, that's when the Packers could be great.
And that's why those running backs become more of
I think people are overly hard on Tua. I agree. I like to make fun of him because I don't think he's got that strong of an arm. But like I said, Matt Ryan was my quarterback for 15 years, and he had a so-so arm, but he was still good, just like Tua can still be good. Just like Rodgers is good. 3rd down converted. Oh, it knocked out. That's incomplete. That's incomplete.
Beautiful throw here to get it in there. 2 steps down. When does this ball come out? 1, 2. Came he was out of bounds. That's a completed pass.
Rodgers goes quick to try to make sure there's no chance to challenge the play. And we get a flag thrown.
First instinct was incomplete, but I guess it's a catch.
Ball start. Offense. Number 71. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
The center Josh Myers snap never got back there, but that's the trust Rodgers has in veterans and the good hands of the receiver Jones out of the backfield.
Yeah, and the best news for Aaron Rodgers tonight is that his right tackle Elton Jenkins is back after the ACL week 11 last year. And he is a cornerstone along with David Bakhtiari, who's getting close to left tackle.
I just like making fun of Tua because when he throws interceptions, I can say Tua turned the ball over. That's funny. Receiver not looking for the ball. Wouldn't have gone anywhere anyhow.
Some of the communication with the young receivers where the trust has to develop.
Yeah, and Aaron was trying to save Dobbs' life on that one. He saw that this corner was coming up here, and he goes, like, I'm going to back shoulder this thing till you turn around.
Wouldn't have gone anywhere.
But that's it, Mike. I mean, you saw it time after time in the game last week. It was Aaron holding the ball a little longer.
I like Ritter. You'll get to see him sooner or later playing with a subpar team and a subpar head coach.
He was waiting to make sure those young guys were doing what he thought they were going to do.
Play 11 of the opening drive, a 3-man rush.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a touchdown.
Second-round pick out of Washington.
What a play by the defender.
Being tested early and coming up on this opening drive.
They've scored a whole bunch of touchdowns like that.
Yeah, that's usually a slam dunk.
Was in trouble. Lassard had him off the line of scrimmage, had a half a step,
Eh.
and then a leap, a play, and sometimes when you get young athletic guys like Gordon, they can overcome early mistakes.
So now 3rd and 50.
I don't care if they're in a rebuild or not. They fucking suck. They sucked when they were denying that they were in a rebuild, so fuck them. Rodgers going to get sacked. Ooh, he went down hard. Coverage sack. Oh my God, it's the greatest rivalry in sports. The Bears held him to a field goal attempt.
You don't see Aaron Rodgers miss one very often, but that time Romeo Dobbs going to come right into the middle of the field.
Is this a lack of trust?
First down, I believe.
Because Collins versus Rodgers missed an open guy. Oh yeah, he had him.
Slips and falls down, but Aaron's good enough to hit him when he was on his backside.
So Mason Crosby, who struggled last year, with a 40-yard field goal attempt here. Man who scored the most points in Packer history. Knocks this one through.
3-0.
6.5 minutes.
Rodgers missed a read there. Yeah, they've drafted well, and look what it's got them. Blown lead, 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 blowout loss, blown leads, blowout losses. They're fucking irrelevant. And they'll never be worth a shit with Arthur Smith as head coach. They'll just have to get lucky one day and hire somebody that actually knows what the fuck they're doing. That's hard to do. But then again, if Nathaniel Hackett can get a fucking head coaching job after his little stint with the Jacksonville offense a few years back, anybody can get hired. I get so irritated when people try to be like encouraging about the Falcons. It's like, have you watched this fucking team? Already got well, at least they came back today. They fucking lost. If you're good, you're not getting your ass kicked to begin with. Like, fuck. You're all this stupid shit. At least they came back. Oh, yeah, what'd that get them? Fuck them and everybody that like sticks up for them. Oh, they're trying. The Steelers fans were chanting Kenny, Kenny today. Be careful what you wish for. I like him, but he's a rookie. But they'll have a lot more patience for him than they will Trubisky, because we've seen about 5 years of Trubisky being average to shit. Maybe Atlanta should have got him. He fit right in. Average to shit. Now we get to see the exciting Justin Fields. Allegedly exciting. I think he might be better than Trevor Lawrence, though. Is that sad? Although Lawrence balled out today. But the Jaguars own the Colts. Show me a rivalry game. I keep hearing about this great rivalry. I like that Bears fan in the pregame. This is the Super Bowl for us. It's like, wow, really? I feel fucking sorry for you. Your Super Bowl is losing to the Packers every year. Oh, yeah, Justin Fields. What a fucking legend. 9 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Never forget, 9/11. He did that in honor of all the fallen in New York City on that fateful day in 2001. He threw 9 touchdowns and 11 interceptions to honor their memory. But now that 9/11 was a week ago, he can move on here and change those numbers. I like this Montgomery running back, though. He's shifty.
Yeah, and these guys are coming out playing the run. A little bear front right in front of the Chicago Bears. Why not? Nice cut back here by David Montgomery and a late block on the outside to spring him. But for David Montgomery, that's the first time.
I'll try to say some positive things about the Bears. I just resent this team for having to watch them. Everybody else complains about watching the Cowboys. I complain about having to watch the Bears.
David Montgomery type numbers at 1,000 yards a couple of seasons ago.
Oh, fumbled snap. Fields picks it up and gets fucking wrecked. Was that B.J. Raji?
It's hard to tell sometimes. Let's take a look at this one. That was a play in which Sam
Nice
Hubbard,
hands.
the center, had the
Falcons totally should have drafted him.
and sometimes when that happens, the ball doesn't
That made me so mad last year hearing that all season. Should have drafted Fields.
Justin Fields with an early roll of the eyes.
Play clock running down. Fields needed the
Play clock's under 10, and they're not even close to being lined up.
Can't send in a play through the headset at this point, so the Bears are going to take a timeout.
There you go, timeout.
First turn timeout. Chicago.
The communication from the sideline cuts out of 15 seconds into the QB's helmet. Timeout, Bears.
So yeah, GTA 6. That's a thing. And it's real. And I remember being like, are we sure this is real? The first video I saw was Dark Viper's video talking about it. I said, oh shit, if he's talking about it, it must. I thought he was trolling. And then I started watching the video and go, oh, he's talking about real shit. And then I went looking for myself and was like, okay, it looks like fucking Watch Dogs. But I'm like, oh wait, a half-finished Rockstar game looks like a full-finished Ubisoft game. So I understand that. And then I heard the dialogue between the two characters, and one of them mentions Jay Norris from GTA 5. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is fucking real. I mean, the other way to tell it was real was that no modder is going to take the time to build an entire replica of Miami. Yeah, Atlanta needs to draft defense. Said every year since 2001. Yeah. Atlanta needs to draft defense. How many times have I said that in the last fucking 15 years? Atlanta needs defense. Atlanta needs defense. Atlanta needs defense. And it just never gets any better. It's fucking amazing. Then we got this old fart, Dean Pease, who's talking about how he's going to change the culture in Atlanta. And then he plays 3 good quarters against New Orleans and thinks he's hot shit. And then they get fucking wrecked in the 4th. And then today, despite forcing those turnovers, still get their ass beat. It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, the source code and the character dialogue, that and the fact, even something as little as like Rockstar already confirmed that, yeah, GTA 6, the 2 main characters are going to be a couple. They're going to be a criminal couple, a Latin-esque woman and her boyfriend or whatever. And then you see the 2 of them in all the gameplay footage. And the source code, the source code is the unfortunate part of this. Because that's going to really cause problems. But fuck Rockstar for GTA Online and abandoning Red Dead Redemption 2. So fuck them, I don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. You canceled the GTA 4 remaster. You canceled the Red Dead remaster. You ignore Red Dead 2. And you've milked GTA Online for all it's fucking worth and not given us anything. So, fuck you. I'm glad your game got leaked. 2 out of 109. So basically, you turn the ball over twice and still have 119 fantasy points. Flea flicker. Wide open. On the run, 30-25, Equanimous St. Brown.
Beautiful job here. They're executing plays that they know they're going to have to try and trick the Packers to win this game just a bit.
Where's Skip Bayless to say if you can't beat him, trick him?
Throw a Packer right at him early on. Equanimous comes out. Good catch, good run. And here go the Bears. These guys are confident. They're so young, I don't know that they know any better.
Somebody shut down the St. Brown brothers.
Amon-Ra St. Brown went off today. Oh, man, speaking of going off, Montgomery. And the Bears are driving. Good. Prove me wrong, fucker. I want to be entertained by a good game. And as long as the Bears are doing better, I'll know the Packers will have a shot to come back and make it interesting. Remember, the Packers can only come back against the Bears or the Cowboys. And Montgomery making guys miss again.
He feels freed up after last week's confining game. Montgomery has it inside the 5 at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and they're playing this Bears defense down inside, and so that those big defensive linemen in here are kind of getting pinned inside, and they're starting to go off tackle. It's a really impressive drive here by the Chicago Bears. These guys.
Another thing that showed how real the GTA 6 leaks were, there's a building in that game that's in Miami, and people were showing it in real life. It's like, why would somebody go in and just build this entire city block? Fields on the run, going to score on a bootleg. Touchdown. Oh, my God, we should have drafted Fields, guys. Okay. I'm entertained so far. That's all I care about.
Look at this. Justin Fields, a quarterback tank coming out here on the edge. And if you're a
Most obvious play ever when he starts rolling to his right.
a whole lot of this guy when he gets up
But
ahead
he's
of the
fast.
team. We got by Montgomery out there as well, but the Bears are fired up. You know, anytime you come out and win that first game of the season, got a young team, you don't know.
I know the preseason means.
Glad to see Collinsworth got his voice back this week.
They just started to believe in this rebuild. A lot of young guys on this team. Santos to the extra point.
7-3, Chicago.
At Soldier Field last week. Knocks that one in. Well, they are the baby Bears, and he's the leader of the bunch. In his second year, Justin Fields. Big pass and a touchdown run.
If the Bears can win by 3 scores or more, it'll be the second biggest ass whooping someone from Chicago gave somebody recently. I should say a couple of guys from Chicago. So I see Raiders fans are wanting to lynch Derek Carr because he played so shitty in the second half today. And when you look at those numbers in the second half and just the amount of 3 and outs, yeah, he was pretty fucking bad. But I thought Devontae Adams was the cure for cancer. Don't get me wrong, he's really good. I like how I was saying the Dolphins gave up too much for Tyreek, but that game today alone validated that trade. My dad was all excited last week because Washington beat Jacksonville. I didn't have the heart to tell him. I mean, he knows. He just doesn't use his fucking head. I'm tired. The more I think about that race I went to yesterday, it felt like a fever dream. A Roush car is dominating at Bristol. What is this, 1999 or something? There's that fucking Joe Montana deepfake that is just so hilariously shit. Every time I see it, I'm like, wow, that is definitely a made-for-TV movie budget right there.
The offensive coordinator is tutoring Justin Fields. He was the quarterback coach with Aaron Rodgers here in Green Bay. So he was on the opposite sideline the last few seasons. And Justin
That's the Falcons on the phone with Justin Fields. They want to trade for him. They said they should have drafted him.
Because he was 9 when Rodgers got the Packers starting.
I kid.
Now he's watching him in a different way to learn because the offense is similar.
Nah, we're going to be too busy drafting defense for the next 15, 20 years.
Matt Eberflus taking over the Bears. Who is he? Somewhat anonymous, maybe. He's 52 years old. He was a good linebacker at Toledo. Played for Nick Saban, actually, for a year at Toledo. And then had a long and successful college coaching career. When he jumped to the NFL, he was working with some linebackers with the Browns and then the Cowboys, including with Jason Garrett, for a little bit. And it was in Indianapolis.
So he's going to bring some of that 8 and 9 magic to the Bears that he got while he was with the Cowboys, I see.
3 jobs a couple of years
Good
ago.
shit.
2, Jacksonville and Chicago coming in to this season. And he's the new Bears head coach. Rodgers starts at 25. It is a run.
6 yards.
On that carry for A.J. Dillon. Chris, give me your sense of Eberflus. We sat with him for a good while last night.
Yeah, I like him. I've known him for a long time, and he wants to engage their mind, their body, and their spirit. And he's
Do I think Lamar's staying in Baltimore? Yeah, they'll work it out.
He walks in and he just looks at him and he talks.
The only way Lamar gets out of Baltimore is if he sustains a serious injury this year, and then they'll definitely just not want to pay him. First down, Packers. Damn, who'd have thought the Packers would be the more boring team so far?
36-yard line. Melissa?
Mike, I talked to Colts 3-time All-Pro linebacker Shaquille Leonard, who spent 4 years with Matt Eberflus as his defensive coordinator in Indianapolis. He credits Eberflus with making him the player he is today. He said he knows exactly how to motivate players. A perfect example, if Eberflus knew a player on the opposing team was drafted higher than Leonard, he would simply whisper it in his ear before a game, knowing how much he would feed off of it.
Well, he's finding a way to connect with these young players and get them to believe for sure here in Chicago. First down for the Packers. Both running backs on the field here as Rodgers throws incomplete.
Inaccurate throw from Rodgers.
By Aaron. A.J. Dillon.
That's about the second or third one I've seen so far.
Yeah, but I've got to think that Aaron Rodgers, is going to start hitting those, but also is going to start feeling really comfortable in the pocket because already we're starting to see Elton Jenkins on the outside at that right tackle position being able to take his. And when you have a tackle that can block one guy and help with the other side of the line, that just makes such a difference. So Rodgers not going to miss many of those.
3 of 7 to open thus far. Second and 10. He scans. Looks to his
Damn, the maneuverability.
The flag is down on the opposite side of the field as Rogers is chased out of bounds by Nicholas Morrow, the linebacker for the Bears. Flag came over on the near side, away from the play where Alan Lazard was trying to get free.
Illegal contact. Defense number 9.
First down, Green Bay. After a nice little run from Rogers.
The rookie Jaquan Brisker.
And if you're coming out of college football, this has to be the most frustrating rule. Right here, number 9, you're going to see him grab, tongue in there. Just a little bit, but it's the contact. And Mike, it's been beat into our heads this
These college
year.
guys must be shook. I know it's hard to play defense, but compared to college, at least it's possible in the NFL to play defense.
They're going to give certain advantages to the offensive unit.
College football is so fucking overrated.
Two options here. The second one looked like it was illegal contact. They took one. It's a little pitch pass to Christian Watson in his hands early. Watson hit
Well, you ain't got to worry about Watson dropping that.
first down. Jalen Johnson.
It's essentially a handoff, but it counts as a pass.
So Christian Watson out of North Dakota State, second-round pick.
Is Lazard hurt?
The Packers, he dropped that 75-yard would-be touchdown on the very first play of the game last week in Minneapolis.
But this is smart, right? This counts as a catch. It counts as a completion. He's going to take a big hit at the end. And then look at Jalen Johnson. Just pay attention to the Chicago Bears, and in particular Jalen Johnson trying to punch that ball out. But Watson, get the ball in his hands. He's young. Let him relax. Put a reception on the record book. Yeah, it's the right thing.
Second and 1 to Roman
First
Jones.
down, Aaron Jones.
Kyler Gordon very busy in this opening quarter. Tackles him after the first down is gained. The 38-yard line. Alan Lazard at the end of that play.
Yeah, Lazard is hobbling around.
It came off slow. Remember, he missed week 1 with an ankle injury. He's over there on the sideline with Matt LaFleur.
It was interesting talking with Roquan Smith, and we asked him about the two backs of the Packers, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. He goes, Dillon's bigger, but Aaron Jones runs harder. And you can see it play after play. That guy wants the football in his hands, especially after last week.
He's the back now. Fake to him.
Wide open, Sammy Watkins.
Into the red zone to the 14-yard line. Second catch for the veteran Watkins. 24 on that hookup.
Rodgers will learn to. He'll probably form a connection with Sammy Watkins before he does any of these young guys.
The young guy, Kyler Gordon, they got him for a nice run on the first one. Come right back, play action. You can see number 6 take that half step up, and Sammy Watkins take about 10 steps forward.
Packers trying to respond to the Bears touchdown. 14 Thielen.
Not getting anywhere on that one.
They all stopped up Nicholas Morrow. That linebacker next to Roquan Smith. He's a new addition to the Bears. One of the many new additions on the Chicago team. You know, the old line, you got to buy a program to know who's playing. I guess in these days you got to download it off the phone or something. But
Right.
man, it's hard to figure out who these guys are. So many are new to Chicago.
Yeah, but it is going to be exciting. They got a lot of free agents that were relatively low priced, right? Al-Qadim Muhammad, Justin Jones, Nicholas.
Didn't Roquan Smith ask for a trade?
Guys are good football players, and now they're starting to show up.
Into the corner. And Rodgers just trying to draw him off.
I'm sorry, if you're a defender in the NFL and you fall for that, you deserve to lose.
Packers 3. Sunday Night Football continues.
And the Bears still in it after a quarter. I'm shocked. Unfortunately for the Packers, Jay Cutler's not walking through that door, so this game might be a little harder than some of the past Packers-Bears matchups. Old Smoking Jay. Pissed off a Giants fan when I said, yeah, let's put Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame for being Jay Cutler with a weaker arm and 2 good playoff moments. It's like, how dare you? It's like, well, it's true. He's just Jay Cutler with a weaker arm. And because he had 2 fluke playoff runs where his defense held the highest scoring offenses in the league to an average of about 14 a game, he was able to win the Super Bowl. ears are still ringing when it gets really quiet. You guys ready for another pixelated Thursday night football game this week? I'm so excited. Watch the Steelers and the Browns end at 11-7 in 280p.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's a great area they built up right across the street from the stadium. In the winter, you can go down that nice hill and sled and do all that fun stuff. I'd be here in December, to be very honest with you. No, not you. Come on, man.
Collinsworth played in Cincinnati, and he doesn't want to go to Chicago in December, or Green Bay in December.
Second quarter begins, just the third drive of the game. Teams have scored on their opening drive. You see Lazard, who went out a couple of plays ago, back in. Second and 11.
Aaron Jones, they got blockers here. This one's going to go in. Touchdown. Aaron Jones. And I can hear Skip now. The other Aaron saving the day. Packers take the lead. Restoring balance to the universe.
Take a look. Alan Lazard going to come down, bad ankle or not, and take care of this crackback block. And it
right there, I knew that was a winner.
Josh Myers, beautifully executed.
Lazard right back with the impact, extra point.
10-7. Can't believe Mason Crosby's still here. Mason Crosby's been there for 1,000 years. That's a run. He obviously flipped it back. It wasn't a forward flip. It was a toss, if anything. Hey, Green Bay, you're already off to a better start than last week. Then again, look who you're playing.
Start to this one. Everybody scoring here. So we've talked about that changing cast in the second-round pick, the fourth-round pick at wide receiver for the Packers. Not a first-round pick on the offensive side since Aaron Rodgers was taken in the first round. 15 of the 18 used on defensive players.
15 of the 18 first-round picks used on defense, and they give up like 35 points per playoff game since 2011. And their front office lets every good free agent they have get away. Before Mike McCarthy got fired, you know, back then the Bills were still shitty. I'm like, man, the Packers are one Aaron Rodgers injury away from being the Bills of the NFC, and at the time that was a bad thing. And I was right, because every time he got hurt, they'd lose like 6 out of 8 without him or something.
I think it's a little bit of the curse of greatness, right? When you have a player like Aaron Rodgers over there, and he's taking a good chunk of the salary cap, let's say that too. But you feel like you can put second, third rounders around him, and he's going to have success. On the defensive side, they have some expensive players. 5 of their top 7 paid players are on the defensive side of the ball, and they need to pick it up just a bit this year.
It's not the drafting. They're drafting on the defensive side. Terrific.
Rodgers played like shit in the playoffs against the 49ers last year, but just don't give up a block punt touchdown and you win. Justin Fields just fumbled. He pulled the Daniel Jones. Bears recover, though. The Danny Derp special. So, yeah, Rodgers played like shit against the 49ers. Defense played well enough to win, but the Packers gave up a block punt touchdown, and therefore they lost.
He was able to run the full circle and run down Justin Fields so hard when that contact comes from behind, and you just never see it.
Damn, I don't think he was.
A good job by Fields to hang on.
Yeah, he was down. Would have stayed with Chicago anyway. Ooh, what a shit play call that was. And you can feel the momentum.
Rasul Douglas, so impressive a season ago. He ends up with 5 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. So how they reward him? They put him in the slot, something he's never really done, and he has been terrific at it so far. Sometimes you need veteran players to play somewhere they're not so comfortable. Douglas has been knocking it out.
Third and 19.
They throw a screen. Got a lot of blockers, but not enough. Not enough. They heard you, Collinsworth. They're stepping up.
Mike, just what they did last week, right? If they had a bad series, if they took a sack, throw a screen, run a draw, don't give it up on this end of the field. They think their stamina, both mental and physical, will win games for them in the second half. They're not going to make big mistakes in the first.
Hunter, Trenton Gill kicks it away. Fair punt by Amari Rogers. A kick of 42. There was no return. Rasul Douglas made a couple of plays. Remember the Arizona game last year? He was a huge impact guy for the Packers.
Do I have faith in Jordan Love? Nope. I mean, I have literally not seen any reason to have faith in him whatsoever. And the Packers obviously don't have faith in him, or they would have shipped Rodgers' ass out last year or after this past season. But they were desperate to cling and hang on to him because they know Jordan Love sucks, and they would know they're in the fucking building with him every day. Had a good preseason, though. He seems to be, if anything, he's a slow developing project. And if he ever starts as a full-time starter, he won't be starting in Green Bay. I can almost guarantee it. Michael, you ought to hear old Barry McCockiner talk about how much he loves Jimmy Garoppolo. And just because I haven't said it in like an hour, or maybe 30 minutes, fuck Bristol Motor Speedway traffic, and fuck the cops in that area. Oh, the 2011 Daytona 500 is on Fox Sports 1 right now. It's officially NFL season. Snoop Dogg's posted an angry, grainy video on social media bitching about the Steelers. Remember how I said if the Jaguars played the Colts 17 times a year, they'd be in the playoffs every year, and Trevor Lawrence would be MVP? If only the Packers' entire schedule could just bounce back and forth between Bears, Cowboys, Lions, Bears, Cowboys, Lions, they'd be in fucking good shape.
Randall Cobb, Sammy Watkins, his third team in 3 years. Amari Rogers, more of a return guy. And then those rookies. Torrey in the back is inactive tonight, but that's the crew that Aaron Rodgers has. And it's
That's commercial. I'll have to check that meme you sent me.
Let those young guys develop. A couple of catches from Watkins so far tonight. A couple of scoring drives for the Packers. Rodgers' first pass.
Hell of a throw, but good coverage. He was looking for Watkins again.
One more time in coverage.
Already trusting Sammy to make good catches in tight coverage.
They have an opportunity because on first down, the Bears are coming down with their safeties, man-to-man on the outside. This time just good enough, and anytime the Bears can get you in second down, now they're playing, right? Now they have an opportunity, and they really need to make a bit of a defensive stand here. Got to keep yourself in the game when you're playing against Aaron Rodgers.
Like Macho Man used to say, never take yourself out of the game.
Outside when they just have 4 DBs on the field.
Timeout Packers. That's their second.
By Rodgers, it's the second taken by Green Bay.
Well, Rodgers is not afraid to call a timeout, is he?
You hear Aaron. Aaron's played so long, he knows all the referees. You can hear him say, "Timeout, Craig." He calls him by
All right, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Sky Cam. Love doing this. Get inside the game a little bit. And And why not? Let's go to Elton Jenkins. He is the security blanket. Sometimes you think a security blanket.
Michael, I know you sent me money on Cash App. I hope I can get it because it keeps getting denied when I try to accept the previous money you sent me. It says, oh, it's been declined by your bank. I'm like, dude, I got my shit connected. And it wasn't a problem before, so I'm hoping it'll be fine now. Man, I should have made a lot of money this weekend.
Long road since that first knee injury for him, but those two guys are as good as any two players on this Packers team other than Aaron Rodgers.
At least we didn't have to pay for parking.
Bakhtiari's a week or two away for about 6 months now. It's been 3 surgeries on that knee.
Yeah, well, forgive Bakhtiari for wanting to take a couple more weeks at the tail end of it, right?
He tried hard to get back for the playoffs last year. Played just a few snaps the final week of the season. At the timeout,
Rodgers got nailed. He threw it away.
in the vicinity in Tyler Davis. That's Travis Gibson with the pressure one more time.
So, Mike, let me just show you what they're doing. And
Just what I need, another card for somebody to steal. I might get one.
They start these safeties
I just want my money on my fucking card in my account.
one of them down into the box to take away the
Do I watch Tom Grassi? Sometimes.
play action pass, but it was covered beautifully on the outside by the
I watch almost all of those guys except for Scooter, and I don't watch Tom regularly.
mistakes they make. It's the
Nothing against Scooter, but fucking Cowboys fans. You know how it is, Cowboys fans. Rodgers on the run again. Sack. Robert Quinn from the University of North Carolina. And I was worried about Rodgers there for a second, the way he was laying there.
I love watching Robert Quinn play. Watch how he goes.
University of North Carolina.
Off the field and then a hard turn, and watch him almost fall.
Look at the Bears.
He gets so low, he is
Trying to take a 2-game lead in the North.
almost to be able to turn the corner. 18 and a half sacks a year
Damn,
ago.
Rodgers went down hard.
Right back with a huge one here.
We watched his entire sack reel.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
A lot of them like that, right?
It was.
Former Bear Pat O'Donnell gets
Ain't got to worry about hitting a video screen here with a punt. Ooh, damn, what a punt. Too good. Touchback.
72 yards. Fired up to kick against his old team. Huh?
Bears fans are saying, where was that with us?
He hit motion in his leg, motion on the face of Aaron Rodgers. Ups and downs of this first quarter and a bit against the Bears.
Packers still look like they're knocking the rust off, but obviously they're off to a better start than last week. And the Bucks finally beat the Saints in the regular season. And only took fucking 4 turnovers and Marshawn Lattimore getting kicked out of the game. Congratulations, Tampa. You won. Old fucking Tom Dilfer lit it up again. Except he didn't. Did I tell you guys about my new work schedule? I think I did. That was like way earlier today. The new manager made her first work schedule, and it begins not this week, but next. And it's weird. Might be able to switch off on that Monday night if I want to bad enough. But at the same time, that entirely depends on what the weather could look like in Talladega, because it's Talladega that week. Probably just switch off and take a chance that it won't fucking rain and put the race on Monday. Even though usually during the playoffs, I pray for Monday races because I want to watch football and don't want to be bouncing back and forth. Like I told you, this coming week it's going to be mostly football because the NASCAR race is at Texas. Like, fuck. So, probably going to be watching football more than anything. I might even put the race on the NBC app on my little TV and have football on the big TV because that's how little of a fuck I give about Texas Motor Speedway. We'll see.
Central on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Bears take over at their own 20-yard line. They've put Lucas Patrick.
The Bears down by 3, but having a good game so far. Streaming the Bills game tomorrow? Yes, I am. Streaming both games tomorrow night simultaneously. I got a little TV for one game and the big TV for the other. Because I know one game starts at 7, the other starts at 8:30, but they will be going on at the same time for a while. We'll kind of pay attention to whichever one seems more interesting at the moment.
The Aaron Jones play for the touchdown, officially a run. So not an Aaron Rodgers touchdown pass. Do you have Rodgers? I don't. You don't? Okay.
Oh no, Rodgers fantasy owners. It was a run. It was obvious it was a run.
There's Patrick, former Packer, first 5 years. They're hoping to the starting center eventually for these Bears. He's working off a thumb injury now. Here's the first run of Khalil Herbert for tonight. And he doesn't go very far at all. Preston Smith over there on the tackle.
There's Joe Barry, one of the really good ones. He believes in coaching those zone defenses on the backside. And Jair Alexander, after the opening week loss, wasn't too happy about that. He wanted to take Justin Jefferson one-on-one all over the field, but that's not the style of Joe Barry.
I was liking this Bears run game until this last couple of plays here. They've got themselves on a 3rd and 10.
About 4 on that one. We'll have 3rd and long coming up. Yeah, Alexander's the highest paid corner on average in the history of the league at $21 million a year. And he wants to show his man skills and feels like, hey, Justin Jefferson ripped us for 184 yards. I want to play man, but that's not Barry's deal.
Yeah, well, one of the plays of those 184, he had him in man coverage and dropped the coverage. So there's always a little something.
Another 3rd and long.
Got all day. Well, steps up through the pressure. He's going to run for it. That's an illegal forward pass. He was 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Not going to count. Equanimous was wide open, but Fields was 2 yards past the line. You can be on the line. You can even be over the line as long as part of your body's on it.
Any part of the back leg.
He was so far beyond the line of scrimmage.
If you will. And that's a legal pass.
It's not even close. Collinsworth just to open his eyes.
It was fun, but
Illegal forward pass.
He's at the 22, and the line of scrimmage is the 20.
Loss of 5 yards. 4th down.
football would be pretty cool if you're allowed to do
Wouldn't
that.
that be great? That one was
Collinsworth killed me with that. Football would be really cool if you were allowed to throw like that.
touchdown. There are 3 downs here for this Chicago offense and the Packers defense. As you said at the beginning, the unit that should be playing better has stepped up.
Yeah, they are.
Getting rid of it quickly is Trenton Gill. Barney Rodgers back at the 25 as a
Going to get a good return out of this without a penalty, hopefully.
middle of the field.
45.
45-yard line, 20 on the return. And that's 37, so the Packers get good field position to be in Green Bay with Sunday Night Football.
Fuck. Arthur Smith got bitchy again about the media asking him why don't they get Kyle Pitts more targets. And he said, we're trying to win football games, not fantasy football games. And Brian Finnerman said, what a dumbass. You target and involve your best players to win. Not that hard. Cooper Kupp had 13 plus targets. You figure it out. Not fantasy football. I'm not going to my best player. That's too obvious. So there was a sequence today in the Denver game. They were 3rd and inches, and they run the ball with the tight end out of the shotgun. Then they try to line up for a long field goal attempt, have to call timeout, and then they just punt. Yeah, I think he might be in over his head. But, oh, congratulations, you beat Houston. Broncos 49ers next Sunday night should be entertaining just for the Broncos sideline alone. And why do so many ex-Russell Wilson teammates hate him so much? Could it be because he's a fake-ass motherfucker?
Arm issues have you had in your career? My last one was in high school. Like, come on, right? And he doesn't really throw in the offseason. All he wants to do is make it through the preseason to family night, and he says, I'm good. So he's on a pitch count till family night, and then after that, no problem.
It's the big night here in the stadium before the preseason games start. The system's been, it's working.
Rodgers rolling to his left. Look, it's Randall Cobb. Pat him on the head. He got his one little catch. I'm sure he will have minimal impact as we move forward in this game. But I hope him and Rodgers are happy he got his one little fucking catch. Along with his wasted roster spot.
He said, lean on me.
Yeah, he's leaned on me a little bit. That's why you brought me here. And it was, believe me, it was Aaron that brought him here.
Yeah, and it's Aaron. That's the only reason Cobb's still there. Run it with Jones. First down.
As the Packers move in on the Bears side of midfield.
It's interesting to watch Roquan Smith move, isn't it?
I've been worried about Burrow since the day he got drafted.
Sideline here.
And those fears have been validated these first 2 seasons and going into the 3rd.
That time just enough. And of course,
How many more times are they going to have to reconstruct his fucking knee?
yeah, but one of the things the Bears were
Because if
very
they keep giving up sacks at that rate,
pulled in,
it ain't going to be much longer before they're calling another doctor.
never came up again, and he just got to work.
He asked for a trade. He is his own agent. He's back, played well.
Like this play. Jones does a good job shrugging off tackles. He should have been tackled 3 or 4 times.
Run to the 30-yard line. Jones already has 7 touches after 8 all of week 1.
So much of this looks like the Rams offense, which of course is where a lot of this comes from. You'll see a lot of sort of crackbacks and pulls and getting people out on the edge, receivers in tight formations, and those guys, once they just get a little bit of movement and you get Aaron Jones running behind it, man, it's hard to stop.
Another good run, this time with Dillon.
And he takes it for the first down for the 24-yard.
Packers, honestly, right now, the Packers are better running the ball.
Interchangeably, and they're giving the Packers good
Power run.
this first half.
Packer sweeps and all that shit.
Pressure right up the gut this time from the nose tackle
Sweeps and powers.
of the Bears, but
Nothing cute.
unable to get there on that one. Who was that? Angelo Blackson?
Yep. He wanted to hold on Myers. 24 again.
Run it again. And another big hole opens up. Oh! Lowered the shoulder. Well, now we know why the hole opened up. There's going to be a hold here.
Stopped him. One play later.
As conservative as Russell Wilson's been playing these last 2 weeks, how did he only go 14 for 31?
Newman, the right guard.
He's not been shy about taking the easy completion.
In there, right guard after playing right tackle, but this is when the Bears now have to win, right? I mean, this is the way they're going to play. They're trying to do the right thing. They're playing deep, taking away the big plays from Aaron Rodgers, and eventually you'll get a holding call, you'll turn the ball over, you'll fumble, something will go wrong. Here it is. This is the opportunity. Now you have to keep Aaron Rodgers from picking up 20 yards.
Both backs again for Rodgers.
Backed up. 1st and 20. And Rodgers gets sacked again. Like I said, they're just better running the ball right now.
Again, if that holds up,
But in that down and distance, or that distance, they had to pass it at least once.
it would be the 3rd sack of Rodgers if the play stands.
Does it stand?
There's no foul on the play.
No foul.
Excuse me? Well, this isn't always.
I want to believe in the Raiders too, but I've been wrong 2 weeks in a row.
Depending on the game that you've got going, sometimes you can do that. And just,
Yeah, that's definitely a hold, and still gave up the sack anyway.
I have no idea why that's not a hold. But he's still got the sack. How about the game that Gibson's having out here?
Screen. Got it set up really good with these blocks. Damn. They're going to have a chance on this third down.
Fourth-round pick out of Nevada. And one of those rookies being counted on to fill in at the wide receiver spot.
Well, look at all the big dogs getting out in front of that play. As soon as that ball was thrown, there were 4 offensive linemen scooting out in front and really made some nice blocks. But you're seeing some of the elusiveness of Romeo Doubs. They can compare some of his release moves to Devontae Adams, and that's as high a praise as you can give. He is some athlete.
3rd and 8. They go from 2nd and 28 to 3rd and 8. That was a gain of 20. They set that last play up beautifully. Can they protect here? Wow. Randall Cobb, Roquan Smith was covering. That was a great throw. That throw was so fast, Roquan Smith didn't even know what happened.
A lot of people don't know that Aaron Rodgers likes to play darts in the quarterback room. You're going to get a look at one here. Flank him out. He knows he's got Roquan Smith one-on-one. Nice move. Little sidearm dart in there for the first down. So first down and 20, doesn't matter.
Now get back to running the ball and finish it off that way. They're at the Bears 13. They do run it with Dillon. Cut it back. Takes an army to get him down.
The all-time leading rusher in Boston College history has got the 9 as we approach 5 minutes till halftime. The Pack up 3.
There's a handful of people in the league I would not want to tackle. That's one of them right there. About 250 pounds worth of
Collinsworth, you
man.
played wide receiver. You don't want to tackle anybody.
You know what I mean? When you're at the end of the game and all of a sudden they're up a touchdown and they want to go into that 4-minute drill and here comes 250 pounds and sometimes you make those business decisions when you're playing defensive back.
His nickname is Quadzilla. Says it all. Those quads, massive.
This is going to be a passing touchdown for Rodgers. He flipped it forward to Jones this time to get it. Touchdown Packers. Oh boy, it's turning into the exact game I thought it would be. I love when I'm right, but I also hate when I'm right.
And as soon as this play was over, Aaron Rodgers turns to his head coach, Matt LaFleur, and he said, "Nice call, baby." See, yeah, that's you.
Oh, look at that Aaron Rodgers. What a shitty teammate. Treats his head. Look at him congratulating his coach on a great play call. What a shitty leader. What a terrible human being.
4 snaps later in the end zone, and Mason Crosby adding the extra point.
17-7 Green Bay.
This one, technically a touchdown reception.
Great block by Dillon on Roquan Smith there to finish him off and get the touchdown.
Packers 10-point lead on Sunday Night Football.
Running backs did it all on that play. And LaFleur made a great call. I like LaFleur. But until he's able to do this one day without Aaron Rodgers, he'll never get any respect. So, I fucking hate Arthur Smith. How come nobody on NFL Twitter talks about how hot Carissa Thompson is? Joy Taylor's still better, but I'm just saying.
President's Cup on NBC Golf Channel and Peacock. The team has won 8 consecutive.
Come on, Packers, blow them out so I can go to bed. I got to work tomorrow. I'm tired.
Change that. Look at the build out there at Quail Hollow.
I got to get up and take a shower, too, because I was too lazy to do it today.
That's going to be. They've sold that thing out. The fans of North Carolina looking forward to the President's Cup. Will happen for you all weekend. Golf Channel, Peacock, and NBC.
Tired, boss.
We'll get going with the weekend cup.
I see Aaron win a lot of golf matches too.
Well, his index is 2.1. It's pretty darn good. Amir Smith Morset is back this time to take the kickback for the Bears. Trying to get to the edge.
And he's not going to get very far.
Past the 15-yard line. Well covered by Green Bay. Dallin Levitt, one of the guys added on special teams for these Packers, trying to improve that phase of the game. Aaron Rodgers' touchdown pass is 450th, and he is the 5th man to reach that mark. I think you know the other 4 guys. Been on TV a time or two. But another of the many milestones now in that 450 club. Quite an important spot here for the Bears with 4.5 to go.
No doubt. They could use.
From the 15.
Oh, Fields got destroyed there. In and out of the hands of Commit. They put a hit on Fields.
Back-to-back 3 and outs, and the Bears have been backed up in the second quarter.
Yeah, Cole Kmet really didn't have a catch last week. Only had 1 target so far here. He is the guy they need to get awakened in this offense. But here we go again. It's second down, and now the
Throw a pick six.
Keep your eye on Kenny Clark inside. He is a pass rushing demon, number 97.
They run it, and it gets fucking destroyed for a 5-yard loss.
A loss of 5, and the Packers defense
Mm-hmm.
is alive in this.
Yep, it's the game I said it was going to be.
Well, that Rashawn Gary's just so athletic. Sometimes the coaches will tell you, like, okay, you want to jump inside and try and make a play, that's fine. But you better darn sure make it. And when you're as athletic as that guy is, inside, outside, it doesn't matter. Sweet play.
Loud crowd. 3rd and 15.
Third and 15.
Bears bring 4. Fields.
Makes the catch, St. Brown, but he gets leveled. 4th down.
One more time. Eric Stokes, first-round pick from 2 years ago.
Bears backed up again.
3 straight 3 and outs for Chicago.
I'm going to tell you, the Packers, I don't think we're too happy with how they play defense. Watch this one. Eric Stokes going to absolutely fly. Gets there in a hurry and delivers a big hit. As a receiver, you take too many of those rip shots, you start thinking about it.
Time for the Packers to start front running. They're really good at that. Ooh, he muffed the punt and recovers on a bounce.
42-yard kick.
That was lucky.
Turnover. He's out of bounds at the 45. We have the flag. About 6 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Five yards would not help.
It was 4th and 6. Let's see if this is a
I think it's on the
tag
Packers.
During the kick, holding, return team number 6. That's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Green Bay.
And we're back in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
on, Packers. Finish them off.
It was City Stadium, then Lambeau Field, if you include the playoffs, the 404th NFL game in this magnificent venue. Packers on a roll here from the 33. It's number 33,
Aaron Jones. Hell of a run.
As he runs it to the left.
Who owns the Bears? Say it, say the thing.
These two guys inside, trade off this block and go get the next one here. It's really cool to watch line play inside. Beautifully done by Josh Myers to get up there. And then John Runyon coming back from that concussion, getting to the second level to create that hole.
It's 9 touches for Jones, 77 yards. He has 77 of the Packers' 180. 54 of them coming on the ground. He's being Aaron Jones again. 47.
When Dylan plows through, well, he gets crushed by 3 Bears. He was going to carry that linebacker with him. He was trying.
Let's make no mistake about it. It is Aaron Rodgers who's making the final call. So all these runs are coming in as a run-pass option. He's choosing run.
Rodgers is being really smart. He knows they're better running the ball right now.
2-minute warning here at Lambeau. Bears offensive stall.
There will be a game this year where he has to beat other teams strictly throwing the ball down the field, but you're playing the fucking Bears. Keep it simple. They suck. You're better. They still didn't do the Collinsworth slide this week. I'm not going to let that slide. Internet, everybody on Twitter, bully them until they bring back the Collinsworth slide in. Seriously, why is Tom Brady's face trying to eat itself? Those fucking cheekbones.
Super Bowl hangover in Cincinnati. Mike McDaniel 2-0 against Belichick and Harbaugh.
Plus the Niners without Trey Lance. Mike, back to you.
Yeah, Maria, that was so disappointing to see the injury to the San Francisco quarterback. We'll see the 49ers next Sunday night in Denver taking on the Broncos.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Packers have 1 timeout remaining. They face 2nd and 9 out of the 2-minute warning.
I'll take the 49ers next week. Screen to Jones. Makes a man miss. There's a flag down. This will not count, I figure. Come on, refs. I'm trying to go to bed early. Let the Packers finish them off. Never mind. Offsides on the Bears. Yay. Play counts. First down. Where's all that energy the Bears had about 40 minutes ago? Where's that at? What happened?
has been their
Oh, yeah, they're
focus
still the
all
Chicago Bears,
year.
and they remembered that they're the
They get
Bears.
game going like that, and the Bears knew it. They knew that they
I've
had
been
to be able
shit
to
as
take
long
that
as I've been
lead and
alive.
Get after Aaron Rodgers. They thought they could get some pressure the same way Minnesota did last week.
How'd they only win one Super Bowl in the 80s with that team?
38-yard line. It's A.J. Dillon. These cutback runs have been effective for the Green Bay backs as well. Inside the 35-yard line. 100 seconds on the turning clock.
There's Matt LaFleur, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, I don't think I've ever asked him a question that he didn't start to answer with yes, sir, or no, sir. From a military family. A lot of fun. He has little sideline celebrations, and the glasses, and the whole thing.
Is Rodgers going to get called for unsportsmanlike? He just threw a fucking piece of tape off. Stepping up through the pressure. Down the field. Caught. Damn, Randall Cobb. Reliable tonight. Stepping up. Looks like it's starting to rain at Lambeau, by the way. Saw some raindrops.
So we talk about Elton Jenkins.
Rodgers, a great play, and Cobb made another great catch. He's being reliable tonight.
Notorious for stepping up and through, not to run, but to throw. He gets to the
And,
line of
God, Rodgers is crazy the way he makes these throws.
sideways, delivers a shot.
That was beautiful.
Remember, he's playing the Bears. This is nothing new. Tunyon, really good to have him back this year. I know they lost Adams, and they're kind of weak at receiver on paper, but having Tunyon back has to be huge.
And taken here. So Green Bay out of timeout.
He loves his Bobby Tunyon.
Just shy of the first down. A second and one coming up.
Yeah, you'll get a look at Aaron.
If the Packers score here, I'll still stream into the third quarter a little bit.
Have been really rushing just
But we all know if the Packers score here, it's game over.
know if you're rushing four, that means there are 6 lanes you have to protect, and Aaron has a way of finding those other 2. And
When's the last time the Bears came back from being down 3 scores to win a fucking game?
to get all the way up into the pocket, make you believe he's going to run, turn sideways, and then make you pay.
You said it when we were talking about up and out and the ability to throw on the run like that.
Yeah, they didn't have a QB in age. Jim McMahon was very pedestrian compared to his contemporaries of the time. The Phil Simms, the Joe Montanas of the world, the Randall Cunninghams of the world.
Jones already has 2.
Even Doug Williams was better. Touchdown. What a fucking laser of a throw. Look at Aaron Rodgers being a shitty teammate and a liar, congratulating his receiver on making a great play. He's just trying to take all that attention away. I'm sorry, I'm just doing my impression of the media.
Give his quarterback a chance to get settled. And if you give Aaron
And when it
Rodgers
rains, it pours, Chicago, literally.
sidearm special right in there, he has been relying on his veteran receivers tonight so much for the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks.
Chance of a shower with 10%.
The Bears are getting knocked out like the fucking Young Bucks.
Good to the Green Bay fans. Rodgers' second touchdown pass. Lazard, first of the year.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. And I'm sure next year, oh my God, Bears Packers on Monday night or Sunday night, baby. Rivalry. It's fucking just annoying. The worst game they could ever put on live primetime TV would be Giants Bears. They've done that in the past, and it's always shit when they do it. It's been announced that Tom Brady will have a veteran rest day off every Wednesday for the rest of the season. Why did this dude fucking come back? He's playing like shit, and he's more of a distraction than anything. He gave up his marriage to come back and play like Trent Dilfer for his last season. He's got to get his fucking stem cell, HGH, Botox, and hair follicle touch-ups on Wednesdays. That's why he's got to take that day off. Tired, boss.
Nights. Here in Green Bay, little rain coming down, undeterred. Fans waving their towels, enjoying this Packers onslaught here in the second quarter.
Brady's got no weapons. Well, I mean, okay, so to say he doesn't have weapons is absurd, but Julio's hurt, Godwin's hurt, Mike Evans is getting suspended tomorrow. So, yeah, he lost, but they can still run the ball up your ass. So, I don't feel sorry for them. Their defense is going to win them every game, just like they did today and last week. They're 2-0 because of their defense. Period. End of story. And Julio couldn't get through fucking 2 games without getting hurt. Quick, somebody call Gronk. Hey, look, this game is exactly what I said it would be. Little screen, and the Packers are all over it. He's able to shrug a little bit and get 3.
Bears do have 2 timeouts.
Hit the halftime buzzer, I'm tired. Gotta make sure I got my alarm set in the morning.
The touchdown, they look so good. 3 drives since, just 10 total yards, all 3 and outs.
Take it to halftime.
Halftime, 24-7, and it's probably only going to get worse. We're going to stream into the third quarter to see what happens.
We'll start the second half. The first half.
I'm a stickler for not turning off games too damn early.
4-7 is Maria. Tony and Jason. Toyota halftime. What's coming up, folks?
All right, thanks, Mike. Obviously, we all had questions about the Packers' offense after week 1. I think they answered them in the first half of week 2.
They did. We had a feeling they'd go back to those running backs, and Jones and Dillon were great.
They're playing the game they want to play. They're playing the game on their terms. Run it first, then Aaron Rodgers making some plays, and the defense is playing off.
Aaron Rodgers.
Halftime, the Bucs defense carried today in New Orleans, and with Trey Lance done for the season, how Jimmy G and the 49ers.
Bucks defense is going to carry Brady to win the fucking division title at the very least.
Want to get pumped for tonight's game? Just tell Siri.
Oh, I'm thirsty. Flew solo today. Remember the Chargers Steelers game? Oh, hell yeah. Man. Remember the Vikings Steelers game last year? Vikings Steelers and the Chargers and Steelers games. Oddly, the Bengals just whooped the shit out of the Steelers last year. Their game wasn't even close. You would have thought the Bengals and Steelers would have been the perfect combo, but I guess we saw last week what can happen. Got to be sick for the Bengals, but that offensive line. The problem today the strength of the Cowboys matched up perfectly with the Bengals' biggest weakness, and that's where you see upsets happen in the NFL that a lot of casual people don't really pay attention to. They just think, oh, this team has won however many games. This other team sucks. It's going to be a blowout. Not necessarily. And I picked the Bengals, but I thought it would be, it'd be less than 10 points. I just thought the Bengals would win, and they couldn't get it done. But I didn't think the Bengals were going to blow them out.
Packers up 24-7 against the Bears thanks to 2 touchdowns from that guy, Aaron Jones. Rodgers feeling good going into the locker room as we get you set for your halftime report. And Maria Taylor, Tony Dungy, Jason Garrett here with you. Just so you know, a 3-score lead means nothing at this league. If we have learned anything in week 2, right? So let's get to the best of.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
The Dolphins were down 21, Jason, and came all the way back against the Ravens.
Hey, with 12 minutes to go, they were down 21. Tua was fantastic. They got playmakers all over that offense. The poise, the playmaking ability showed up.
Baltimore's D helped him a little bit.
469 yards for Tua. He's got ice in his veins.
I enjoyed the Patriots-Steelers game today. Here's the Aguilar touchdown. This was sick.
Nelson Aguilar made the big play when they needed right before the half.
You just got
New England will not go 0-2. They're 1-1.
victory in Pittsburgh.
Houston at Denver. Feel sorry for everybody that watched this game.
Offense in Denver either, but a timely throw and catch from Russell Wilson to Saubert.
Bengals Cowboys. We watched this one. It was a good game all around. Bengals made a hell of a comeback. Really wasn't a hell of a comeback. They were only down by 11, but, they tied it up and got back in it. And that high field goal that was just good enough for the Cowboys.
The Rams, they started out with a huge lead.
Rams blow a 28-3 lead. Where have I heard that before? But unlike the Falcons, the Rams are capable of holding on to win. And just what a shit effort by that receiver. Just fucking horrible. Bucks Saints, the most entertaining worst game of the day. Pick 6, Jameis Winston. Nothing else is new. Nothing unexpected in this game other than the Bucks actually beating the Saints. This shit here, I'm so glad we got to see this. The Cardinals score on 4th and goal with no time, get a crazy 2-point play. Hunter Renfrow gets killed and the ball flies out, and it stays alive. Touchdown Cardinals. What a way to blow one, Raiders. The Raiders, once again, another roller coaster season incoming. Trey Lance out for the season. Jimmy G leads the 49ers to a lot of wins. It's as if he should get more fucking respect. Not, like I said, he's not great. I'm just saying. Let's just be honest. Stick with fucking Garoppolo. Just enough of this shenanigans.
But what did you see when Jimmy G took over the helm again of this offense?
Well, the one thing we know he can do is run this offense. He can throw from the pocket, probably better in the pocket than Trey Lance right now. That's what San Francisco took advantage of.
I saw a veteran quarterback who went in, he was prepared, he was ready to go. He played with poise, he anticipated throws. Guys made some plays around him, but he was awfully good.
Yeah, just getting to a third read.
The team that beat them last week's getting their ass beat right now.
This is what you see.
Oh no, it's raining though. Maybe the Bears will come alive in the second half. Doubt it. And these fuckers didn't even mention the Jets. Show the Jets highlights. 14 points in the last minute 22. Browns, that's some Falcons level shit.
Like they hadn't lost any rhythm at all with Jimmy G. Well, next Sunday night, actually, we're going to get to see Jimmy Garoppolo going against the Broncos on Sunday Night Football. So Jimmy G was signing autographs. Russell Wilson, their offense was getting some booze out there in Denver.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing Wilson with below 500 numbers, but the one thing he does is make that big play when you need it.
He's been a playmaking quarterback throughout his career, and he makes them in critical moments. He did that today.
All right, a lot to cheer about if you're a Packers fan right now. Up 3 scores on the Bears.
24-7 at the half. We're still awake. I can't believe more people aren't talking about the pass interference that the Dolphins got away with on that Ravens Hail Mary at the end of the game. It was so obvious. But it is what it is. Nobody else is fired up about it. I mean, I'm not really fired up, but I was like, oh, come on, man. I know in those Hail Mary situations, they kind of let shit fly, but you can't just fucking tackle a man.
Remember those days?
And Coach, never lose
Look at Joe Flacco.
that love that you have when you first put your uniform on.
And they have the nerve to give Nathaniel Hackett the game ball for the Broncos win.
Doug Peterson getting his first win. You know it's got to feel good,
It
Coach.
does. It feels great.
That's a shutout win over the Colts for Doug Peterson.
Fuck the Colts.
The Packers looking to close out week 2 with a victory. Al Lazard, welcome back. Congrats on the touchdown. Packers up 24-7 at the half.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Who in the hell's going to win the AFC South? I'm starting to lean Titans again. They should have beat the Giants. I think the Bills beat the Titans tomorrow, but I'm starting to feel like maybe the Titans just win the South again. Standing up to stay awake. No, I'm not that tired. I've been sitting down in this chair too much. Man, Bristol was such a good race. I just hate that the whole experience was tainted by the end of the night trying to get out of there. Bristol is the best place to go for a race, period. End of story. Like, I want to be there every fucking year for the rest of my life. I guess we're going to the Roval in a few weeks, doing Xfinity and Cup at the Roval, so I won't be able to stream that weekend. And then Martinsville, I'll be on the cruise. So I know I've not been able to stream a lot of playoff races, but hell, I'll have gone to 3 of them, and then on one of them I'll be out in the ocean. Away from it all. You know, as much as I've worked this year, I actually feel like I earned a vacation. I did for my painting job for a long time, but then the painting job started like coming and going, and I have these fucking weeks off at a time. But this year, I've actually been hitting it hard, so I'm earning a vacation. Indy's 0-1-1, haven't played a home game yet, and they're playing the Chiefs next week. Good luck, Indianapolis. Look what they've done to my boy. There was a bigger problem in Indianapolis than Carson Wentz. I think that's obvious.
The Packers in the second, 24-7. They are on top. Here's the buzz. Rodgers a couple of TD passes. That's now 63, fourth most by a player against one team. Aaron Jones, a couple more touches than he had all of last week in Minnesota. More yards and much more of an impact. And the Bears' offensive first drive was great. Look down that left column. The three after that, not so much. Packers defense heard from and with authority, and a long field to go with for Justin Fields and the Bears, and thus we have had this game flip. Bears get the ball to start this third quarter. And Mason Crosby kick will be brought back by
Bears get the ball first to keep this illusion alive that they have a chance in this game. They'll start at the 21.
Melissa Stark right after the half spoke with the Packers head coach.
Matt, coming off just one touchdown last week, how did you get your offense going?
Well, I think the run game kind of got us going a little bit. We made some big plays, so told the guys at halftime we got to have that mindset. It's 0-0. I think you can see it all across the league this week. The team's coming back, so one play at a time, 0-0.
You told us you were disappointed in your defense last week. What about their performance so far tonight?
The first drive started a little shaky, but I thought they rebounded well. The guys are
Knowing the NFL, Michael, the Colts might do it. Fields with a good run, gain of 7.
First down for Justin Fields. He keeps it. Uses that speed on the outside to gain about 7 yards.
Looks like the little rain shower came and went at Lambeau during halftime.
We're very conscious of the three comebacks from double digits down to the fourth quarter around the league.
The blown lead epidemic.
At the half.
The Falcons are the super spreader.
Comes out as well, and on first down runs Justin Fields. I think if you're not going to use that skill set, it is a major factor that hurts your offense.
Number 29, here is
Pocket collapses and Fields stands in there like a statue and gets sacked. That was the most avoidable sack of all time, especially for a mobile quarterback.
Sean Gary in there as the Packers come up with a shared sack.
Man coverage on the back end allows them to rush 5, which creates one-on-one opportunities. And everybody is talking about that young man right there. Rashawn Gary, what a training camp he had. Relentless effort, non-stop, just hustle. And I tell you, between he and Preston Smith on the other side, Kenny Clark inside, when you have to throw, that's a
3rd and long.
3rd and 9.
Good protection this time. Nobody getting open. Throws it underneath 4th down.
David Montgomery can't get to the
Devondre Campbell, former Falcon,
If an inside linebacker comes
with
up
us on the magical Super Bowl run that was
another
doomed.
drive with no first downs for Chicago.
great job.
I always thought Campbell was really underrated.
Devondre Campbell, he had to make up great.
A bright spot on what was a pretty shit defense, if you remember.
That time on Justin Fields, it's the rookie Quay Walker. Anywhere that Fields took off the run, they had.
Great tackle there. It was up to him to keep that from being a first down, and he made it happen. Woohoo!
Pressure. Who gets away his best kick of the night. Martin Rogers on the run at the 15 gets taken down.
Almost blocked. Ended up being a hell of a punt.
Josh Blackwell on special teams for the Bears. Long field coming for the Pack. 2 minutes into the third in Titletown, where history is.
Titletown, where they have 4 fucking rings. I'm sorry. My uncle makes that joke all the time. My uncle talked about watching football in the 80s, and he'd hear on TV, "Welcome to Titletown" for a Green Bay game, and keep in mind the Packers sucked dick all through the 70s and 80s, and my uncle's like, Titletown? These fuckers never win anything. But in the pre-Super Bowl era, obviously. Michael, I'm starting to wonder, can anything in the NFL surprise me anymore? Just today, in my stream, we streamed from the 1 o'clock window all the way till the end of the final 4:30 game. What all did we talk about today? Fucking Panthers and the Giants, the Patriots and the Steelers, the Ravens and the Dolphins, the Cardinals and the Raiders, the Cowboys and the Bengals. I started shit talking the Falcons, what they were doing. That was just today. That was one fucking stream. One stream. And everybody's got 15 more games to play after this. These be wild times we're living in. I'm so glad 2020 is a distant memory. I'll never forget just how appreciative I was of like having racing to watch and football to watch that year. Because man, we all remember that night they canceled that NBA game. That's when the shit got real. Remember when we spent 2 months watching iRacing? I don't miss that.
Toyota, let's go places. Buy Jersey Mike's subs, be a sub above. Buy Geico, save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. And buy Lowe's, let's tackle home together. Fans get into this rivalry, and that fan showed up last year, the Aaron Rodgers doppelganger, and
That guy does not even fucking look like Aaron Rodgers. It's like that dude that goes to NASCAR races. Oh my God, he looks like Dale Earnhardt. And it's like, not really. Packers with a big lead. Aaron Jones spinning through tackles for 5 yards.
Yeah, Mike, we tracked down Rodgers' doppelganger, Frank. He's a software engineer who lives in Munich, and last year was his first Packers game. He had no idea that he looked like Rodgers until he was walking around the stadium and fans started yelling at him, "Stop drinking beers, you have a game." He became
So even he didn't think he looked like Rodgers because he doesn't look like Aaron Rodgers.
And Rodgers even followed him on Twitter. He got tickets to the Packers game in London.
That's
later
funny.
this season. He's hoping he
It's a fun story, though, for the guy. I'm happy for the guy. He got Packers tickets. Aaron Jones. They just can't get Aaron Jones down at first contact. He's breaking tackles. Even when the blocks aren't there, he's breaking tackles and getting yards.
And of course, he's in Munich, and the NFL's going to be in Munich as the Buccaneers are playing Seattle over there.
Oh, yeah, the Bucks and Seahawks. Seahawks are going to go all the way around the world to score 3 points and lose to Tampa Bay and Munich.
Can we sneak him in the game for one?
Frank,
Just one. What do you think?
the Bears would be all for it.
Don't worry, I'll play along and totally pretend that that guy looks anything like Aaron Rodgers.
Chris talked about it. The mix of runs and passes been so effective for Green Bay tonight. They're almost
Drain a lot of clock and score another touchdown.
run 21.
And another big run. Aaron Jones across midfield. Roquan Smith runs him out at the Bears 40.
Officials can't keep up with it. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Big run of 36.
Gee, I thought this was a rivalry. Remember when they said this was a rivalry? I think we talked about that earlier.
Just blow this play up, but he slipped. Here comes the run right inside of him, and once they lose that containment,
Oh, man, what a rivalry. So competitive. Totally not one-sided in any way whatsoever.
I don't think he liked the idea of not getting any touches last week. Just 8, and he's lighting the world.
Garbage time incoming.
Everton's had a pop. We get a break, and A.J. Dillon is in.
Play fake. Good blocks. Good protection for once. And, wow, a good tackle.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Then again, it wasn't one of the running backs. So
Time an all-pro safety. Chris, they hope they can get him back to his
when is the Bucks and Seahawks game in Munich? I'm not sure.
He will, too. 2 Pro Bowls in 2000.
I am not 100% sure.
And he had 10 interceptions in those first couple of years there, but he hasn't had any since until last week. But here's the stat for you. The Bears are 11-0 when he has an interception, so they desperately need him to get an interception very soon.
It's going to change everything.
I think.
Really? All right.
I'm a doppelganger.
Get Frank to throw it. Second and 11.
Oh, look, they still can't tackle a running back. 3rd and inches coming up here.
First down to the 28.
They might give him the first, and they do give him the first. I thought he was a little short.
50 yards on the ground for Matt LaFleur's team.
I'll tell you what, these guys are just playing some football right here. You'll see Tunyon come across the formation, make a play. You're going to see a great block up the field by Elton Jenkins, and I think having Elton Jenkins back in this game has made a difference. There's just a confidence level right now with not just Aaron Rodgers, but everybody running football here tonight. They are
55 hanging on to the pants of Dillon, getting drug across the ground. Oh, they dropped it. Bears ball. The handoff was fumbled, and the Bears recover.
Couldn't secure it. And the Bears do come.
Wow. The Bears catch a break, which means I have to stream a little while longer. God damn it.
Not clean there. It's already been signaled. Bears ball despite the fighting on the bottom of the pile.
Fumbled handoff between Rodgers and Dillon.
The former Packer down there as well.
Little miscommunication on where Dillon was supposed to be. Let's stop that momentum a little bit. Oh my goodness, the Bears. They still won't win. How about them Cowboys? Well, like I said, I'll be able to watch Cowboys Giants next Monday night if I work, but I won't be able to stream it live. We'll take a break. I guess I'll just work next Monday night. 6 to 10:30 or whatever. DVR the game, come home and start it, and be able to fast forward through commercials. What a fucking win that would be. Ew, the Falcons were in this commercial. Ow, just pulled my own hair.
Joins Blake and Gwen and John. It is the new season of The Voice. And it premieres tomorrow, 8 to 7 Central on NBC. Streaming the next day on Peacock. She's new to the show, Leroy Butler, new to Canton.
The Bears get it back, still down by 17. Can they build any momentum whatsoever? Montgomery with some nice moves there. Body slammed after a gain of 8.
Yeah, and I've got to believe that this was probably on Aaron Rodgers. He's going to run right.
Wow, Collinsworth blaming Rodgers.
Tried to get out of his way.
He's just like everybody else.
To try and take that handoff, and it goes on the ground. Sometimes things just getting messed up and it giving the Bears a chance. And it's interesting for me, and he's not happy. Interesting for me.
Okay, now Rodgers kind of looks like that other guy that they said looked like him. When he's mad and looks like he hasn't slept in 2 weeks, he kind of looks like that guy.
Started off great on that first drive, and they kind of got away from it.
Bears last first downs at the 4:37 mark.
Montgomery again. Much like the Packers in the first half, the Bears are just better running the ball right now because they can't protect and they can't make plays downfield.
And Mike, here's why I think it's so important. If I had to put things in order of what Justin Fields does best, I think the run action and running the ball and all that sort of stuff. I love the bootlegs with him.
First down since their opening drive of the game. Packers not even lined up, and the Bears have snapped the ball. Wide open first down to the Green Bay 31. A little up-tempo here.
See a flag as Tevin Jenkins, the guard, gets up and heads back towards his huddle in his right guard spot, but a good pass by Fields for a gain of 18.
It caught the Packers completely sleeping on that one. They had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, the Packers don't even have any sense of formation whatsoever. And they had 12 men on the field, but got away with it. And the Bears still got a big play out of it anyhow.
Very good opening drive. Fighting for yardage here. They'll get 29 yards.
Well, let's talk about Justin Fields a little bit because he's learning something new. He's learning, you see the right foot forward, tonight the left foot forward. They're trying to time up just like Aaron Rodgers does with that two-step drop. And then if you want to make a throw, you take a hitch up and another route times out with that. You see how effortless it is for Aaron Rodgers, and it's something that Justin Fields is getting better doing.
Houston at Chicago. Flex that to Sunday night next week.
How hard is that?
Hell yeah, Michael.
To change that footwork that he's been using his whole career until this year.
It's hard. And
Justin Fields can get a close-up look at the actual best quarterback from his draft class next week.
wedding or whatever, and you're sitting there and they're trying to
3rd and 2 here for the Bears. They are in field goal range, so they can get something out of this
too much, right? But when he's
off the Packers' turnover.
outside the pocket, he looks like one of the great athletes in the league.
Absolutely.
Linebacker blitz. Fields going to just straight up keep it and get dragged back for a loss. 4th down.
With the stop, it'll be 4th down, and the Bears will bring the field goal unit on. Little confusion on that snap there.
Yeah, the read option, I guess he's reading.
And now the Packers will promptly march back down the field to make it a 3-score game again.
Maybe he just never saw it. I think when the snap surprised him, he lost the read and they lost the play. It just was a total breakdown.
Yeah, Whitehair, the guard's looking back at him, right? And the ball snapped. Preston Smith is there saying up. Carlos Santos from 44 yards.
Miss it. He nailed it.
Turn the turn.
So it's 24-10.
And Santos knocks it through.
Hooray.
14-point game. 5:11 left here in the third.
Points off the takeaway. Yeah, Mac Jones ended up having a good game. And the Patriots were able to close it out on offense. Huge improvement over last week. And yeah, the Steelers didn't have TJ Watt, but they're still a good defense. And the Patriots closed it out on them and ran the clock out. To the Patriots, it was a good team win for them. They were good enough on offense and really good on defense. Special teams got a takeaway from the Steelers. So that was a complete team win for New England. And they play Baltimore next week. They're going to have their hands full next week. I gotta ask. I would love to talk to longtime NASCAR drivers about hearing damage, because they're in those fucking cars. The older I get, the more races I go to, I'm like, are they fucking my hearing up? Like, I feel fine, but like one day am I just gonna be deaf from racing? Hey, can I have that guy's Darth Vader helmet? I need that for my Halloween costume for the Kiss Cruise. I don't know how the fuck I'd get a Darth Vader helmet into my suitcase, but I'd make room somehow. Damn near fumbled the kickoff there. That would have been crazy.
Let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS. And these two running backs, what has been the magic so far? Well, they put them on the field together. 11 plays tonight, just 7 in all of week 1. But why do they do that? The reason is you want your best football players on the field. And that just happens to be both of these running backs. And they do a great job blocking for each other as well. Great friendship. A.J. Dillon, that time out in front blocking. He was the lead dog last week. This week it's Jones, but they have 2 real horses in the backfield.
They're both good at both running it and catching it. After the turnover, Rodgers gives it to Robert Tunyon on the sideline. Brisker takes him out of bounds. We go down to Melissa.
Mike, I asked A.J. Dillon about this relationship, and he looks at Aaron Jones like a big brother on and off the field. They have such a good relationship. He said, we push each other. We always point out what the other could do better, and we take pieces from each other's game since we have different body types. He said there are no egos between us. And Dillon said, we don't care if people consider us to be the best rushing duo in the league. We know we have the talent to be that.
And one thing Matt LaFleur loves is the vibe that you just described, that running back group. Ben Sherman's running back coach really sets a great tone. These guys bring it to life on the field. This is the one who's been here longer.
Well, they managed to tackle Aaron Jones before he got 5 yards down the field, so that's a dub there for the Bears. 3rd down.
He was taken in the 5th round back in 2017.
But you know, he averaged 9.5 yards per touch last week and only got it 8 times. And it was funny talking with Matt LaFleur. The first thing he goes, I know, I couldn't believe it. I don't know what happened to me. It was all my fault.
It's a little bit different on the offensive side. Remember, Nathaniel Hackett was the offensive coordinator. He's in Denver. Got win 1 as an NFL head coach. We'll see him next Sunday night against San Francisco. And Luke Getsy, the quarterback coach, is now on the other side.
3rd down.
3rd and 6 here. Rodgers.
Pass interference. Dear God. Yeah, the coverage was good, all right.
Flags down on this play. 1 there and 1 12 yards farther down the field.
Let's have a conference about it here.
On Vildor down here at the bottom of the screen, Sammy Watkins had a pretty good release.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Pass interference, defense, that penalty's declined. Holding, defense number 22. That penalty's accepted, 5 yards and an automatic. 1st down.
We'll catch the bet for you.
There you go. Well, you're going to see Vildor right here. Nice release move that time by Watkins and grab the jersey.
Fistful of jersey and then pass interference on the other side.
Time's over, and anytime you pull a little cloth, you see a little more cloth.
The Bears, who desperately needed a 3rd down stop, get good field position just to try to get back in the game here. Instead, give the Packers a 1st down at the 32. Watkins in motion, everybody coming left with
Aaron Jones, gain of 9.
Gain of 8. Every gain feels like 8 or 9. He's averaging almost 10 a carry here tonight.
Yeah, it's always fun for me to watch these big guys move inside, and they're just pulling every time. Josh Nyman out here, he's going to pull in front. The center gets out in front. Josh Myers, and these guys are athletes too, you know. They like getting out there. They like running around and me talking about them on television when they're not holding them, all that stuff.
That O-line, it's been an offensive line that hasn't been settled. A lot of bouncing around, but they are performing well.
And another easy 1st down on the ground.
It's funny because we hear so often coordinators say he's athletic,
If the Packers didn't fumble on that last drive, this game would be well on its way to being over. It still kind of is, but I'd be going to bed.
More guy to this offensive line, and that's their tight end, Mercedes Lewis. He is a stud. He can not only run block, you'll see him here. He can pass protect. He's been doing this a long, long time. He's coming up on a couple of longevity records, but he can handle big defensive ends, and there aren't many tight ends that can do that.
Middle, 5'8". Feels like he's been around forever.
He has been.
Yeah, that's right. He's 38 years old. Inside run here with Dillon as we get close to the 2-minute.
Oh my God, it only went for a yard.
Angelo blacks it inside there for the Bears. Well, this is your 17th for Lewis.
Quit showing Tony Gonzalez in Chiefs jerseys. Show him in Falcons jerseys.
This long. You were talking to him at practice the other day. He's really proud of this longevity.
He is, and you know, he was, I think, a first-round draft pick, and came out, played in Jacksonville, had some good years receiving, but now at this point in his career, he knows what his role is. And I tell you, when you get somebody that's as old as Aaron and do that, that's pretty good.
And another bad snap. The Packers get this one, but they lose about 15 or 20 yards. Rodgers' chin strap ended up over his nose again. What the fuck? Well, the Bears don't take advantage of it. Oh, it hit the receiver in motion. Michael, it happened again. The receiver coming across, and the ball smacked him in the arm. And an opportunity for the Bears goes out the window. But they should be able to make a stop here. 3rd and 22. Throw it up and get a penalty, Aaron.
Bears have to get, or the Packers have to get to the Bears 45 for a first down.
There's screen. It's worked earlier, but it's not going to work this time. Should be the last play of the third quarter. Yeah, the Bears caught a couple of breaks, but I don't think they're good enough to take advantage.
They practice fast. They don't practice long. They only practice about an hour and a half every day, but they expect everything to be full speed. And this defense will not give up. They will not give up regardless of the score.
Packers do not have to snap it, and with the lead, no reason to. Just flip the sides and kick it here in the fourth.
24-10 at the start of the fourth. Bears are getting the ball. Each team's got their 3 timeouts.
And Sunday Night Football continues.
Oh, this game's just close enough for me to stay on. You just can't get rid of me today. I've been streaming since 1 o'clock. If you're a Packers fan, you just got to be annoyed right now. You know you're going to win, but you're just annoyed. Because the old blown leave narrative circling around the league, you just never know. You notice how much better the Thursday Night Football schedule looks this year? I think Amazon was like, yo, you better give us some, like, legit games. Browns Steelers is pretty boring, but it's a rivalry, and it should be competitive. Remember when it used to be on NFL Network, and you'd get, like, the fucking Jaguars and the Bills or something? Remember there was a Jaguars-Falcons Thursday night game in 2011 where we beat them like 45-10 or something. We were good in 2011. I miss those days when we were actually competitive and had a chance to win instead of making everybody think we're competitive and never having a chance to win.
giving it away to Dante Pettis. It was the NCAA record 9 returns for touchdown as a punt return.
Really good punt.
At the 10-yard line, long field coming up for Chicago.
Well, coming into this game, one of the guys we were going to keep our eye on was Kenny Clark. He was tremendous a week ago. Nobody could block him, but the Chicago Bears apparently got the same scouting report. And these big guys inside have done a nice job on him. Cody Whitehair, Sam Mustipher, Devin Jenkins, Lucas Patrick. Let's give them a little credit. At least they're hanging around in this game and not getting blown up inside, which could easily happen.
On a toss with Montgomery. And it's a gain of 11. First down.
Like they did in the opening drive of the game. First down for David Montgomery.
You know, Mike, I couldn't really understand it. I mean, they had the great running game going when they did the 70-yard drive. They go 3 and outs, and it was a lot of shotguns.
Did you feel like they got away from it?
I don't know why. I mean, you know, there were a couple of offsides penalties and a couple of, you know, 1st and 15s and some things like that, I guess. But they have been effective.
You're only down by 2 scores. You can run to get back in this game if you absolutely must.
Another one of those magical plays like you did last week. We'll have the ball game.
Bootleg.
Here's where it's comfortable.
Launches.
Downfield, looking for Darnell.
Nobody home. Mooney was covered and it was overthrown. Should have known as soon as that left his hands it wasn't going to be a fucking big play. It's Justin Fields.
That's exactly what they were looking for. Their deep shot. They get in behind the safety, just strictly one-on-one to their best receiver, and they just cannot hit it. That's all you can ask for. He flipped his hips, flipped his head.
I like Stokes a lot, huh?
Couldn't flip the scoreboard.
Yeah, right. Good corner. Second and 10, we're trying the inside right.
Another good run. Damn, what a cutback. Still going. First down, gain of 14.
35-14 on that carry.
You know what a jump cut is, Mike? You know what I'm talking about? Coming here and you jump out there. Well, David Montgomery is one of the best jump cutters that there is in football. And he was in college. He forced more missed tackles in college than just about anybody. And he has brought that to this game as well.
Really good at Iowa State. He saw his first 3 years in the league.
Beautiful play fake. Didn't fool Preston Smith. Sack.
Down, Preston Smith.
Did not fool number 91, Preston Smith.
He's got a couple of
Fooled everybody else, though.
Last week,
He got 10 out of 11, guys.
by Justin Fields.
And me.
Actually won the game. You think the Packers have been paying attention? Watch Preston Smith on the outside here. Nice long fake, sort of that Aaron Rodgers thing.
And Fields slipped. I think he might have had a chance to slip out, but he kind of slipped.
And now they've got the big negative play. And have to overcome.
No more Smith brothers. Zedarius is in the division of Minnesota. Preston still working.
They run it on 2nd and 20. And Montgomery slips a few tackles. He's still going. First down. Gain of almost 30.
8 yards. And he'll go over 100 yards.
Wow.
First down, Bears on a 2nd and 20 run.
Bears have a 100-yard rusher.
Big Lucas Patrick that time coming out, pulling right out in front of him.
How do you let this happen? Missed tackle by Amos. Campbell couldn't get him down. Made Savage miss. And then Stokes out here. Couldn't finish him off.
You go, okay, it's whatever it was, 2nd and a mile. And you go, let's hand it off. And
Man, where's Kevin King when you need him? Am I right?
Montgomery about 14.
In this game till Fields gives it up.
Herbert's the back. Did he do something with his
A toss and a big run. Down to the Green Bay 20.
27 on that carry.
The Bears' run game is legit.
On the ground here in the second half.
And the Packers have shot themselves in the foot twice in this half.
out in front. And able to make that lane because right now the offensive line of the Chicago Bears is taking over this football game.
Stick with the run, I'm telling you. You're not going to beat them throwing it. You're not that good.
Let's give a shout out to Kari Blasingame.
I don't care if Fields runs it. Just run it somehow. False start on Pringle.
Byron Pringle got over here, couldn't get
False
set.
start. Offense, number 13. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
You know, it just kills you. It makes your offense different. But I don't think you're going to see Matt Eberflus change anything with the runs he just saw. Now, you might bring Justin Fields into the mix and let him run more.
There you see the guys who are matching wits at this moment. Getsy calling plays to the Bears. Joe Barry matching with the defense. And Barry just sent Kenny Clark back in there. And you saw LaFleur, as we see him often here in Green Bay, reminding these fans they're a big advantage. Make noise. First and 50. Herbert. Get the penalty yards back. +1.
So that time, Mike, we had just the same sort of zone run, but with a fullback in there, and the ball is...
Got to give the Bears credit. They're not rolling over and dying like they used to in this game.
all the time, but they try to make those linebackers believe they're going outside to the offensive.
The Bears suck, but I like their new head coach. I think his philosophy's made a big difference in this game. Going to be 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6.
In addition to those missed tackles that Chris mentioned,
I don't know if at this point you'd settle for a field goal or not. We're getting down to 10 minutes to go. 3rd and 5, you're down by 14. 10 minutes to go by the time you snap the ball. Might be 4-down territory. I wouldn't mind to run up the middle here and try to get a couple of cheap yards or just get the first that way and then go for it if you don't. And I think Collinsworth just said the same thing. It's a read option or something here. Yep, read option. Fields going to keep it. Great block on the edge by the tight end. First down, Justin Fields. And they marked him short? Inches short. Looked to me like he got it.
The ball stuck out. It's where the ball is once he crosses out of bounds. Right on the marker.
That's a first down. You got to challenge that. That's a first down. That's a first down. You could see all the way that was a first down. Challenge that. There it is. They shouldn't have to, and this is going to take a couple of minutes. Look at me cheering for the Bears all of a sudden after I've shit-talked them all night.
Chicago is challenging the ruling on the field that the run was short of the line to gain.
It's first down.
All right, so they'll take a peek in replay. New York will be involved as well. Was that ball when he crossed out of bounds, crossed that marker that meant the 10-yard line and a first down?
I'm exclusively running the ball the rest of this drive if I'm the Bears. No matter what it takes. I like how because they're not the Falcons, I actually give them a chance to get back in it. But if I was watching a Falcons game right now, I'd just be like, oh, fuck it. It's not a first down. Just leave it alone. They're not going to win anyway. Nope. The Packers' win probability with 10 minutes to go sits at 96%. I figure if the Bears score, it'll drop to like 70-ish, 75. Any nervous gamblers in here? With the Bears potentially getting back in the game? Packers keep tripping over themselves. Get this totally obviously blown call overturned, please.
After a year, when the runner stepped out of bounds, the ball was inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
First down. They got it right. A successful challenge.
With a timeout.
From pylon cam, you were watching
The
that.
pylon cam saved the day.
Yeah, it was close, but big play. The one thing it did, though, Mike, it gave Green Bay's defense a chance to rest.
First and goal at the 10.
Trying to make this a one-score game. They keep it on the ground.
Run it, and Clark drags him down. Only a gain of 2.
Kenny Clark inside. Gain of
4 down territory from here on out.
Thing it does,
We're under 10
even
minutes.
If your defensive line was due to rotate out,
You cashed out. Pussy. I'm kidding. See it through, Michael. Or did today's events and last week's events startle you?
no completed passes on this drive.
They don't need to complete passes. I don't know. They might need to now. It's 3rd and goal from the 6.
Joining the veteran out of Northwestern, Dean Lowry.
They weren't creative enough on 1st and 2nd down. They needed to mix it up with their runs. Like when Fields kept it on the read option and converted that 3rd down just now that they had to challenge. It's 4 down territory. Look at the clock.
You see now, so the play call is you got 2 plays here.
Straight up throw, and Fields ducks under the pressure. It's a race to the goal line. Touchdown. I say touchdown. Hit the pylon. Touchdown. They're going to make the Bears challenge again. You're going to have to challenge it, I think.
Did it come out before the pylon, though?
I think it's a touchdown. They rule touchdown. The way Fields was able to escape that pressure in the pocket is the best play he's made all night. It was a race. No, not a touchdown. Down inside the 1. Down inside the 1. Knee down, ball short of the goal line right there. Inside the 1.
Great shot, guys.
Now there's no doubt, right? You're going
And it's 4 down territory, obviously.
back to the play, and Adrian Amos, former Bears veteran,
Look like fucking Michael Jordan in Space Jam there, reaching for that goal line.
as it went to the pylon. There's the knee down. What a great shot. Thanks.
I tell you what, Mike, we are
After
going.
review, the runner is down by contact short of the goal line. It'll be fourth down and goal inside the 1-yard line.
Mike, this is going to be one of the great scrums in all of football.
Yep, you know what's coming. Power run up the middle. I'd say quarterback sneak, but I don't know if Fields is big enough.
Clark on the other side,
This Bears offensive line is going to have to win this war right here.
314.
It's all about the trenches on this play.
But you also have Justin Fields, a massive quarterback. I think you're
A bootleg is not out of the question here. Let's look at the personnel the Packers line up in.
they can push the whole pile across the line.
I wouldn't rule out a bootleg, but I just think you just got to go up the gut and go at them. And they line up in the shotgun at the goal line. Shotgun at the goal line. Here we go. And Fields gets stuffed short of the goal line. I thought that was a weak play call.
And there goes a little scuffle, a little pushing. And there go a whole bunch of people in Chicago saying, shotgun? Why?
Yeah, shotgun at the goal line.
He pitches. See on replay, it was pushed close to the goal line.
You ain't going to overturn that.
Packer ball.
Packers defense holds. And that win probability just shot up to 98.1 from 96. With 8 minutes to go, but the Packers are pinned at their own 1. Just saying, a little forced fumble or something down here. safety, but you'd still be down 2 scores. At least you'd get the ball back with a chance. Just give it to Montgomery. Or how about this? Don't line up in the fucking shotgun at the goal line. How about that? I know I'm a bit of an old head on that one, but come on. Your offensive line has really been doing a great job on this drive. If you're the Bears, you ran the ball very effectively. Run it home. Ooh, a Halloween Ends commercial. October 14th. It'll be on Peacock though, so I want to go to the movies and see it. But if I can just save the cash and watch on Peacock, I guess I'll watch on Peacock. Spent too much money this year anyway. Could save $10 to $15 and stay home and watch Halloween Ends on Peacock. Wish I didn't have to work till 3 tomorrow. Wish it was one of them 8 to 1s. So they're reviewing this. Eberflus challenged again. I don't blame him. You got to challenge that. It's so close. I don't think you can overturn it.
The ball breaks the plane. The ball may very well. We see the wrist right there. We see the ball right behind it. But does it break the plane of the goal line? Is it clear and obvious? It isn't to me.
Oh, man.
From this angle.
I'm going to laugh if they overturn it and say touchdown Bears. They're taking a long time looking at this. I think it stands as not a touchdown. If only we had a chip in the ball.
Matt Eberflus has decided he thinks it's clear and obvious. As that freeze that we just showed you is being looked at, and here's the big call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Stands is called.
And Terry, does that fall under the we think it is, but it's not certain that it is?
Absolutely. I think it is too. I think the ball may just break the plane, but we can't prove it with video.
It's a game of inches.
And that's the standard we have to
Much like prom knot, it's a game of inches.
Yeah, I'm still wondering why they were.
Much like your love life, it's a game of inches.
225-pound.
2 to be exact, Ron.
That'd have been clear and obvious.
Yeah, you got to spot the ball right on the goal line. I think the Bears need to sell out and come after this. And they can't stop it. Dylan churning the legs, gets 4 or 5 yards. Here comes the 99-yard touchdown drive to close it out.
They've gotten them back in the game. They ran it down the field. They just came a blade of grass or 2 short. If that.
Yeah, I thought we might, since they went shotgun, I was thinking, well, maybe Fields is going to dive over
Fields,
the top,
he hesitated.
outside, but
I think he wanted to dive over the top, and then he thought better of it, and it could have made all the difference. Just half a second, not even half a second of hesitation. And the Packers pop another run, 3rd and 1.
7 minutes and change left in this final period.
Well, let's take a look. Now you're 5 yards away from that goal line instead of 1 inch. And, you know, I'm just probably too old school, but that looked like a shot.
Oh, he had a lane right there, and he tried to follow the center. What an idiot.
It's what happens. You know, you're backed up.
It was really obvious from that back angle, which we should all be watching football games from, that Fields had an angle to get in that end zone, but he chose to follow the center.
Brady take it and reach it up over the top. It only has to go.
I told you he sucks.
The Chicago talk shows will have plenty to talk about. Our buddy Tom Waddle, former Bear.
At least there will be something to talk about after a Bears-Packers game. Rodgers on a quarterback run. First down. I guess we saw in Minnesota when he tried to block Zadarius Smith, he's not afraid of some contact. They're on the phone right now telling Justin Fields, yeah, you had a wide open lane there, as wide open as you'll get in the NFL at the goal line.
That'll be in Buffalo. Packers at Bills, right? Night before Halloween. Think that crowd will be any good in Orchard Park?
Bears stuffed that run, but the clock is running, and they've only got 2 timeouts. And I think they're going to use their second one here. They lost one on the challenge.
Timeout taken by the Bears, I believe.
Rodgers chooses to run it himself on the RPO. Like they said, all those plays are primarily, run pass options, but he's not going to run most of the time. He's trying to stay healthy. He took it there. Weird game. At least it wasn't a total bore. It's the most I can give it. Good. Congratulations, Bears. You didn't lose to the Packers as embarrassingly this year as you do every other year. Hang a fucking banner in Soldier Field. When they put the dome over Soldier Field that they're talking about doing. Hang a banner. The Bears are going to become a pussy dome team here in a couple of years.
Against the Bears, no matter the circumstance, classic Aaron Rodgers, making you pay, play after play after play.
Bears fans breaking their televisions right now with this little montage.
Melissa Stark related after the game kicked off. Aaron Rodgers said it was just a natural reaction, that ownership, and there it is. It's usually the Packer fans that have the stock in the team. Little certificate of stock ownership from Aaron Rodgers after that game.
2 catches for 3 yards, lighting it up.
It was natural. So the guy was telling him, well, we're number one. They're flipping him the bird, and Aaron gave him that response.
All I know, that sign was one of the great signs I've ever seen.
It looked real.
That's fantastic.
Fields is 7 of 9 for 70 yards. Rodgers going to throw here. Wide open Sammy Watkins to the 40. Out of bounds. Big pass play from the Packers finally. Keep in mind this drive started at the 1. And because it's outside of 5 minutes, he got out of bounds. It did not stop the clock. We're at 5.5 and counting. Sammy Watkins looks slow as fuck, and he still burned these guys.
Found a way to pick on the young guy. He is going to be a great, great player for the Bears, but tonight they've been after him.
Just to remind yourself going back, Sammy Watkins was the 4th overall pick in the 2014 draft in Buffalo. He's on his 3rd team in the last 3 years.
Aaron Jones bouncing to the outside.
Aaron Aaron Jones
to the 20, stays in bounds at the 15-yard line. This is about to be a 99-yard touchdown drive to finish this off.
You're going to have to get the young guys on the outside. They're going to have to understand setting these edges out here.
There is a lot of inexperience on the Bears defense, as talented as they are. That was the inexperience there.
Aaron Jones can lay a little speed on you when he gets to the edge as well, but watch him finish. That was a little bit better finish by Eddie Jackson. But I mean, this game is 1 inch, right? 1 inch.
Totally different game. And here are the running backs.
God damn, Aaron Jones is averaging 9.5 yards a carry.
Packers have run it 29 times with these guys and had 4 more with a couple
Knocking on the door, having 200 yards total tonight on the ground.
Almost near 200 rushing yards in this game.
You put that Rodgers run in there.
And A.J. Dillon with a nice block out there that sprung one of those touchdowns for Aaron Jones. But putting both those guys in the backfield with Jones's ability to catch the ball, they both catch it well. Jones a little bit better, and he can make some of those plays down the field in the passing game.
The 2 rookie receivers, Christian
Let
Watson.
the clock stop. I thought he stayed in bounds, and the Bears didn't take a timeout. Or oh, they did. They did. The TV just doesn't have it right.
Pop pass to Watson. He gets hit hard. Doesn't go down as Eddie Jackson laid the lick there after a gain of a yard.
And, sometimes when you're fast, it works against you. That was a shot right there by Eddie Jackson coming across. Recompletion. But, man, it's hard to make a move when you're going that fast sometimes.
We saw Aaron Rodgers looking back at him as he came back to the huddle, too. And technically another pass, another completion. Rodgers has hit 13 in a row. 19 of 24 tonight.
Well, that run got blown up. Of course, it's obvious now that it's going to be runs.
4 years with the Chargers. One of those veteran additions you talked about, Chris, that Chicago is trying to plug in here just to start the rebuild.
Yeah, you see some of the quickness there of Justin Jones. He had 3 sacks in just 11 games, which is pretty good for one of those interior guys.
The New York Jets would have had the Packers right where they wanted them right now, with 3:40 to go.
Eberflus and this team, they're going to fight, but they're young. I mean, they're like the cash they have spent on.
Yeah, they're going to fight, and they're young, and they're going to need more than 70 yards passing from their franchise quarterback, alleged franchise quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers trying to win a Super Bowl.
I told you Justin Fields sucks.
Aaron's going to take a timeout here.
Not it. He is not it, ladies and gentlemen.
23 to go. Pack up 14, trying to tack one more on.
We're about to wrap up soon. As soon as they get this field goal or this touchdown, I'm fucking out of here because I'm going to go to bed. Get some good sleep, hopefully. Start a fresh week at the DG tomorrow. Can't believe I've been there since the day before Easter. For a job like that, for me to be there that long, pretty crazy. Yep, Michael, I will talk to you tomorrow night around 7. Looking forward to that Eagles-Vikings game quite a bit. Okay, big kitty. Preparing the bed. Because I can't wait to lay down. I want the shit to be perfect. My life may suck, but I have a very comfortable bed, and that's all that matters. Really Like I said, thank you for the entertainment, Chicago. It was at least not boring.
The salary cap money is they've gotten a lot of veterans who were here making big money, and they've moved on from them.
But they're going to be right come next year, and they're going to have another year of experience with Justin Fields. And so everything that they're doing now is, yeah, well, they're gonna take it a little bit this year probably, but next year, I would keep an eye on this Bears franchise.
Yeah, the Bears will be all right if they get that quarterback situation sorted out.
Out of the Green Bay timeout, it's 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11. Surprised if they throw it here. And they're gonna. Rodgers trying to own them once and for all. Caught down to the 10. That'll at least keep the clock moving. And they'll kick a field goal to go up by 17.
And then send Mason Crosby out for the field goal if they so choose.
And we talked about the Bears offensive line. This Packers offensive line has done very well tonight. Watch the protection here. Plenty of time. He probably went through 4 different receivers in this progression. Finally, the gap opens up. He slides up, gets a little space, but the Bears do hold.
The floor just came down to the official. Let him know that he's going to let time out. Is Rodgers going to try to hard count him first?
He's going to try to hard count him. You ain't snapping this. Who in the fuck would fall for that?
Timeout taken. Field goal unit.
It's like, yeah. You can either just go up on 17 on us and totally finish us off, or, oh, you're going to hard count us.
Aaron Rodgers, and if you love football, you'll understand this. He has the ability to get around the field and see as many different receivers. There are 5 eligible receivers on the play, and watch him here. As he gets out of the pocket, then he comes down the line, then watch the finger. It's just, yeah, just go that way a little bit. That's all it takes, right? Just the finger.
Just the finger. If only that was all it took.
Straight completions ties a career high, and he said against the Jets in 2014. He's coming in the same game. So Mason Crosby's made one for
Mason Crossbar,
28 here.
as he's known in Dallas.
In a 3-score game.
27-10 with 2:28 to go, and the Bears are out of timeouts, and I'm out of here. Good night, so long, farewell. I'll see you tomorrow night for Monday Night Football.
Series.